Welcome everybody to this week's edition of Valpo Basketball Preview along with head coach Bryce Drew. This is Todd Eichel and we're brought to you as always by the South Shore Convention and Visitors Authority. Coach off a 2-0 week and I guess really feel good that you got 2 wins, obviously shorthanded, and that's right now the important thing is just keep getting wins as you're in conference play. But we know going forward it's going to get tough without Keith Carter, and the hope is you can get him back sooner rather than later. And that's the big story around Valpo basketball right now, right?
Well, usually this time of year your practices are shorter and you're reviewing a lot. For us, we've kind of backtracked and we've had to adjust some things and learn some new things over. And so we've been practicing, doing a lot of prep, almost like a lot of preseason. Things to get guys used to that point guard position. Other guys used to who we're going to have at the point guard now.
Now let's go over some things that have happened over the past week. The lopsided victory against UIC. You guys played very well, obviously, that game. And then you knew it would be a lot tougher against Cleveland State, a team that's playing really well. And that was a game where you had to feel like their pressure is going to be what's important. And I think one thing that came out of that game is that Max Joseph's kind of grown up over the last month, mostly sitting on the bench. But he looked like a different player handling the pressure in both games, I
thought he did an excellent job. They pressed. They tried to pressure him, and thought he did an excellent job getting in the lane, making good decisions against UIC. He shot the ball very well, was 3 for 3 from the field. And so it's been really nice as a coach, and I'm sure as a spectator to see his progression and how good he's played lately.
If Keith Carter cannot play against Wright State, a lot of moving parts and many different people bringing the ball up. In fact, I think in the game on Saturday, maybe 4 or 5 different people actually were the ones responsible for getting the ball over half court.
We've had, I want to say, about 5 guys altogether the last 2 games get a chance to bring it up at certain points. And so we'll continue to look at that and spread things out so we don't get worn out and look for different ways that we can attack.
I'm guessing that some of that has to do with who are those guys being guarded by. Like it looked like Jabril when there was a 6'9" guy on him, you just let him bring it up, feel like he'd be able to handle any sort of pressure. And I guess it's almost like play it possession for possession. Is that where you're at right now?
It's kind of funny. It's like, once Keith went down, all of a sudden you have a lot of guys coming up. Hey, in high school I played point guard. And I always wanted to play point guard. And so a lot of these guys are getting to live out a dream they've always had to get to bring the ball up a few times.
Besides the obvious fact that Keith runs the offense, what else do you miss with him out there?
Leadership. I think leadership. He has some maturity at that position. He's gained through a lot of the games we've had this year, and just stability out there. I think decision making. We had some plays that he really made some good decisions on. That some other guys have some different plays that they'll make good decisions on. And so it's kind of just a whole adjustment anytime you change your rhythm, especially at the point guard.
Where do things stand with Keith upcoming over the next couple of weeks? Your feeling and where things stand medical-wise?
His pain is a lot better. Each day he says it's getting better, which is a good thing. And he's doing rehab, and we'll probably examine him again Wednesday, Thursday, and kind of see where he stands and how much progression he's made from last week.
Still things are up in the air, though.
Still up in the air. Yep. A lot's going to be his pain, how much he can tolerate, how much he can do, and then how he feels that next day after doing some activity.
Huge game on Saturday against a Wright State team, which they're in a pretty good spot. They've played just one home game thus far, and they're 2-1 in the league, and they've got a real good win at Youngstown State. That's maybe the best road win that anybody's had thus far. And it looks like a similar team to what we've seen from Wright State in the past few years. They look very competitive. Looks like they take care of the basketball. They're not very big. In fact, they're a little smaller than actually they have been. It seems like they shoot the ball, they take care of the basketball, they defend. Nothing really different from Wright State than what we've seen from the Coach Donlin teams over the past couple of years that have been competitive in the league.
Yeah, he does an excellent job, and we know they're really, really going to defend. They defend all 5 positions really, really well, make it difficult to score. And then, like you said, they're really playing a lot smaller this year with a lot of guys on the perimeter that can shoot and drive. So it'll be a different type matchup than what we had against them last year.
Yoho, Hopkins, some guys that we're familiar with, Arsenal, all look like they're having good seasons for them.
Yeah, they have a lot of experience. They've been through this league for years, and I'm sure they're prepping and know what it takes to play their best basketball in conference season.
If there's an advantage you would have in this game, it looks like it's rebounding. That does not appear to be their strength, and you guys have rebounded the ball exceptional this year.
Hopefully with our size, our guys do a great job going to the glass, and hopefully they'll continue that mentality to go and rebound.
How about starting this very crucial road trip. It's not like one road trip. It's almost like
Yeah.
3 mini road trips.
Yeah.
We're going to be difficult on the team. And what do you need to do?
Well, there's definitely a lot of travel involved in a short amount of time. So, I think, hopefully the guys getting healthy and being rested will be important. And then, anytime you can win or play well, I think it gives you more energy for that next game. So hopefully we can play well in these games and build some momentum.
Very crucial games coming up. Best of luck.
Thanks, Todd.
For head coach Bryce Drew, this is Todd Eichout. Thanks for joining us this week on Valpo Basketball Preview, brought to you by the South Shore Convention and Visitors Authority.